I don't know if you know, man, but we're going to win. We're going to win this spiritual warfare, man. We are the ones that our ancestors has been bragging about. We've been in this for too long, man. At this moment, man, I just decided that I go all in, man. I open all the cylinders. I got nothing to lose, man. I'm the one my ancestors has been bragging about. The city of gold, man, is no longer the same. The gold is gone. Those who made it the city of gold, man, are gone. Sandton, Rosebank, Melrose, Ilovo is no longer the same. People who got money migrated to Western Cape. They're in Cape Town. Here in Joburg is people who claim they got money, but they never build anything. Many of them, they don't run companies. Many of them are deep into those spaces because of connection and corruption. And that's the truth, man. For the past 10 years, I've been watching. Rich people are gone. So only few places that everyone is making noise about in Gauteng. But rich people are selling properties and they're migrating to Cape Town. And I am also moving from Joburg to Cape Town next year, early next year. How am I going to survive? I don't know. But a guy like me cannot fail next to the ocean. A guy like me cannot fail next to Table Mountain. It's highly impossible. I prayed about it, and the answer that I got is rent a studio and create art. That's all. And I'm going. Safety and security will always be the biggest concern in this country. When I moved from Tembisa 10 years ago and I started staying here in Ilovo, I didn't know what God was doing. God wanted me to work this side, although the salary was not enough. But that was university. That was my way of studying the rich, understanding how they move, understanding how they do things. And I've seen people who got money. And I realized that many of my people died for nothing. Many died for peanuts. I've seen people who got money. Right now, people who are in Joburg, the majority men, even if when they say they have companies, are just the front, man. You know, there are so many stuff that they're doing in the background. So what Mukwanas is doing, he knows that the few names that he mentioned there is hundreds of men and women who are deep into this thing. As much as we're complaining about ANC didn't help for the past 30 years, there were few people who have been benefiting. And right now, those few people, when they look at us, they're saying we are dumb. That's the world, unfortunately. So those who are still waiting for politicians to change their lives, they're just wasting their time and open all the cylinder, go all in. I'm a rifleman now. I'm a rifleman. And we're going to rule the streets. And we're going to get the bag. And I don't see myself winning in Gauteng. I've been in Rosebank. I've been in around this side is Sandton. Sandton side is no longer the same. It's no longer the same like the 90s. When I repeatedly go to Sea Point reminds me Rosebank in the 90s. Yes, we know it's expensive to stay in Cape Town, but we will find a way. If one has to migrate using a company, asking for transfer, it's going to be it. I will touch the ground in Cape Town as a security officer carrying a rifle. Now that I have a driver's license, I have a PDP, and I have all the grades, I'll be there providing safety. But on the other side, I'll continue to create content day and night. The camera will keep on rolling. If I stay in Gauteng for the next 10 years, I'll be fighting for survival. But if I migrate to Cape Town next year, I can dominate provinces that I cannot mention with security services. What I spend in Joburg for the past 10 years working for this security company, if I go to Cape Town in 2 years, I can start my own company. I can start the transportation company that I want to start. I can buy land and start farming. I can start livestock farming. I can dominate the way I want to dominate. It's about reading patterns and also, believing in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, man, no one is going to rescue you. And the beautiful part about it is that I spent 10 years sitting at the Black Gate, watching rich people live their lives. And I've studied them. It's so easy to make money. It's just they will never tell you. But if you have a solid foundation, when one door opens, all those doors do open. But once you get into certain levels, here's the thing, man. The thing that really, really stressed me a lot is that when you are in need and you are with people who got stuff, it's not easy for them to give you. But once certain doors open, the person will bring you a present which worth so much. And like, bro, I can afford to buy myself this type of presents. Why are they opening up now? Why are they start sharing? Why are they start giving you stuff? It's because of they're trying to buy your favors and also your loyalties and also your power. Yeah, man, I think I should just migrate to Cape Town, man. It doesn't matter even if I cannot afford the CBD rent. I checked some other classes while I was in Cape Town. I'm not the type of a guy who will be in Sea Point and not move around. I started moving around and checking like some classes there, even the Guguletus, and checking all the classes around there, looking at the distance, looking at the taxi prices. When I'm going to Table Mountain also, I'm also looking at other places around there. And one thing that made me believe that it's doable, one day when I came back from Table Mountain at night, I was struggling with transportation and I found two ladies. I shared the story, two ladies who were waiting for their transport. And those two ladies said to me they will speak with the gentleman so that he can drop me at CBD. So while we're busy talking, I realized that one of those ladies, she's from Soweto, but she is renting a back room there, not far from Table Mountain. And she said she pay her rent with her tips. So she save her salary and she can sometimes send the salary here in Soweto for her family. I was like, oh, it's doable. I'm a content creator, create great content. If I'm next to the mountain, if I'm next to, the ocean, and also next to caves, I will never fail. And if I arrive there, I buy myself a bike, I do what I want to do with the bike, it's extra cash, I'm not gonna fail. Then I provide security because of it's needed. That I'm not gonna fail. So I'm taking that risk. I'm moving to Cape Town. The city of gold is no longer the same. The gold is gone. And if I stay around for the next 10 years, it's gonna be survival. I'm not gonna grow. Because now I'm in a space whereby I'm like saying for the past 38 years I've been struggling, man. It's been tough. Now I want my things. I want to have my own money. I'm tired of hoping that somebody can help me. I'm tired of hoping that somebody can rescue me. The world is something else, man. It doesn't matter how talented you are. When people are not betting on yourself, the little you have, you bet on yourself. Even if you lose knowing that, you bet on yourself. And even if you lose knowing that I tried this and I tried that. I got nothing to lose, man. I grew up in Winnie Mandela Zone 4 in Tembisa in a shack where I was paying $70 a month rent. It was tough. I didn't have electricity. I grew up around men who were in their late 30s who were struggling a lot to find employment. They used to go to places like Bashley to look for, garden piece job. I remember one day when we were at church, the other gentleman said to me, when we get to Kasi, you didn't see me. I said to him, yes, I didn't see you, sir. Because he didn't want people to know that he go to Bashley looking for garden piece jobs. And if he doesn't get a job, he goes to church and, sing before they will give us food. He was so ashamed. And that man, he was in his late 40s. So God do things his way. He put me in that situation so that I can see men in their 30s and 40s struggling. Then when I was 18, start working, I struggled. I lost stuff. That's when I started getting the dialogue, or no, you need to go to Val. I went to Val, I was homeless. That's what I was told. Go to a place where they don't know you. When other guys in their 18s, in their 17s, go into varsity, I was under the bridge at Val when my peers were going to varsity. They studied what they studied in university. I didn't have the opportunity to go to TOT, to go to UNISA, or to go to UJ or VETS. But what happened is that from moving from Val under the bridge, I decided to come to this side of Rosebank. So the past 10 years I've been working as a security officer, underpaid of course. And I'm the man who have been sitting next to the black gate every day and every night for the past 10 years. Never complained. I studied the rich. I've seen how they live. I've seen what makes them powerful. I've seen how they share things. I've seen how they cover for each other. I've seen how they use money. When one of them have 100K, the other won't suffer while the other has money. I've seen how they use the power of connection, friendships. I've seen their children gathering on weekends with other children from school, borrowing their parents' bakkie so that they can go to the uncle's farm and spend a weekend at the farm. What do they do there? they're camping, they're talking business, they're putting things together. Years later, you hear that they bought the farm. 2 of them are running the farm while others are doing some other things, are continuing with their. Few years later, these guys, they got businesses. These guys, they're distributing this, they're distributing that, because they didn't just buy a farm. They bought a farm knowing exactly that this is what they're going to supply people with. And guess what? Their parents are the first customers. They are the ones who order from these guys. So these guys now, they have a blueprint and also paperwork which shows that their thing is working. Then when they have all that and they have the backing of their parents, they go to the bank and the bank gives them money. You can be talented, my brother. If you don't open all the cylinders and bet on yourself, if you don't have anybody to bet on you, you'll be pointing people with fingers. That one is succeeding because of that. That one is succeeding because of that. I'm not going to be that type of a person. I spent the entire 10 years studying the game, understanding how easy it is to make money. And I've also realized why people cannot share certain stuff with me. Sometimes people see what you don't see. But I'm telling you now, we got rifles, we got all the guns. We're moving from the gates now. We will be running the streets.